Welcome to Battles History. In today's episode, we explore the Battle of Omdurman, a significant event that unfolded during the Sudan campaign of 1898. Join us as we explore the historical context, key events, and lasting impact of this pivotal battle. The Battle of Omdurman took place on September 2, 1898, near the city of Omdurman in present-day Sudan. It was a clash between the Anglo-Egyptian forces, led by General Sir Herbert Kitchener, and the Mahdist Sudanese forces, under the command of the Khalifa Abdullahi. This battle would mark the decisive end of the Mahdist regime and solidify British control over Sudan. To understand the significance of the Battle of Omdurman, we must first delve into the historical context of the Sudan campaign. In the late 19th century, Sudan was under the control of the Mahdist state, a theocratic regime that emerged in the aftermath of a successful revolt against Egyptian and British rule. The Mahdist regime, led by the self-proclaimed Mahdi Muhammad Ahmad, sought to unite Muslims and liberate Sudan from foreign influence. Their religious fervor and successful military campaigns posed a significant threat to British and Egyptian interests in the region. In response to the growing Mahdist threat, the British and Egyptian forces launched the Sudan campaign in 1896. Under the leadership of General Kitchener, they aimed to crush the Mahdist rebellion and re-establish control over Sudan. The Battle of Omdurman began in the early morning hours of September 2, 1898, as the Anglo-Egyptian forces advanced towards the Mahdist positions. The Mahdists, armed with traditional weapons such as swords and spears, faced a formidable enemy equipped with modern rifles and artillery. The battle commenced with a devastating artillery barrage from the British and Egyptian forces, targeting the Mahdist trenches and defensive positions. The intense bombardment shattered the Mahdist lines, causing significant casualties and disarray among their ranks. As the Anglo-Egyptian forces advanced, they encountered fierce resistance from the Mahdist warriors. The Mahdists launched several charges, displaying their traditional courage and zeal, but were unable to match the firepower and discipline of their opponents. The turning point in the battle came when the British cavalry, supported by Maxim machine guns, executed a sweeping charge against the Mahdist forces. The cavalry's rapid movement and deadly firepower overwhelmed the Mahdist warriors, causing them to retreat in disarray. In the aftermath of the battle, the British and Egyptian forces pursued the retreating Mahdists, inflicting further casualties and capturing the Khalifa Abdullahi. The battle ended in a resounding victory for the Anglo-Egyptian forces, decisively crushing the Mahdist rebellion. The Battle of Omdurman had profound consequences for Sudan and the wider imperial context. The defeat of the Mahdists ended their reign and marked the end of the Mahdist state. British control over Sudan was firmly established, allowing for the implementation of colonial administration and the suppression of further rebellions. The battle also showcased the superiority of modern military technology and tactics over traditional methods of warfare. The devastating impact of the artillery and machine gun fire on the Mahdist forces demonstrated the changing nature of warfare in the late 19th century. The Battle of Omdurman had geopolitical implications, strengthening British influence in the region and consolidating their control over the Nile River and its resources. It also sent a clear message to other African powers and potential challengers of British imperial rule. In conclusion, the Battle of Omdurman was a defining moment in the Sudan campaign and British imperial history. It marked the decisive victory of the Anglo-Egyptian forces over the Mahdists, solidifying British control over Sudan and reshaping the power dynamics in the region. We hope you enjoyed this exploration of the Battle of Omdurman, a crucial chapter in the history of colonial conquest. Don't forget to like and subscribe to Battles History for more captivating content on the greatest battles throughout history.